Welcome to the Epic Success Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Shannon Irvin. All right, we just had an amazing Modern Money Making Methods Summit where I brought some of my dear friends on like Pat Flynn, Sean Cannell, Heather Torres, Christina John Dolly, and Sarah Robbins. We all talked about what was working now. So that's what this week's podcast is all about. It's about cracking that six-figure code as a coach, as a course creator, or a service provider. So here we go. Next up on the summit is another one of my queens. I like to call her my queen, but she won't brag about it. She's the most humble person, honestly, that I've ever met. And she honestly is one of the most sought after network marketing leaders. Like, they're groveling over her to get her on stage. And she's incredible at helping people grow an income and at a fast, aligned, powerful way. One of the things Sarah is powerful in is she started noticing people started paying attention in social media. So hi, Sarah. So Sarah is really done so much in terms of a social media system. Like, you've hacked and figured out, like, there's kind of a system or a process to getting people from really cold to really understanding what it is that you can help them with, whether it's a product or a service or a coaching business, because I know we've got a mixed room here. And I know where are our network marketing people at? Say me, if you're network marketing. Where are my coaches at? Put coach. Where are my product people at? Like, call yourself out. Remember, stand in alignment with what you are. If you want to be that person right now by saying it in the chat. Like, you've got to own that. Otherwise, you're just saying, if all you own is I'm just getting started, then that's where you're going to stay, right? Because you are the creator of your thoughts, and your thoughts create your reality. I'm pretty sure you do not want to just be just getting started for the rest of the year. I think you want to be what it is you are seeing behind your eyes, as our dear friend says in Kick Fear in the Face, right? So what are you? I want you to speak that out. I'm sorry, I'm having a moment here, and I just like, all right, I gotta turn the stage over here. But so Sarah is, I actually mirror a lot of what Sarah teaches. I love what she does because her whole heart is serving through social, not selling through social. And I see how that service-oriented, generosity-driven heart through social media has created a massive empire that she won't brag on too much, but I want to. So Sarah, thanks for coming on today. I know you've got so much going on, so thanks for being a part.
Dr. Shannon, I am so excited, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this today and to pour into your community. We're going to talk social media strategy. So no matter what you sell or who you serve, my goal is today is to give you the good stuff that you need to bring your message to the world. So if you guys are ready, then I tell you what, I am ready.
Sarah, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'd love for you to share what you have today and just like what you're seeing that's working right now.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about organic marketing, how to grow your business or brands online. This is without any paid leads or likes. So a little bit about our story or our journey. So I am the wife to my handsome husband, Phil, of almost 20 years. We are the proud parents of two beautiful boys, Gabriel, who is 6, and joyful Judah, who is just 1 year old. But we're also a leader of over 300,000 people in our network marketing team. I always say mainly women and a few good men. We do over $1 billion in sales every year with our sales team, and I do share the best practices in my best-selling book, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. But here's a cool part of our story. Not only did we build an 8-figure business in network marketing, we built a 7-figure side hustle teaching people how, mainly on social media. So I want to quickly share with you that story because that's going to be what I will be teaching you today. How did we do that? Well, it really came because of the way that we served people, the way that we gave, the way that we poured value into the lives of other people. So there I was in network marketing, building this incredible success story. And so many people were saying, how did you do it? How'd you do it? Well, I was busy leading a huge team, of course, being a mother as well. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to find one spot, just one spot where I can go live and I can share my tips every week in order to serve this incredible community. I don't have time at the time. Right now, I do coaching for network marketing. In fact, Dr. Shannon was inside of the network marketing inner circle, pouring all of her wisdom into our gals and guys there. But at the time, I was like, I don't have time, right? I don't have time to do the one-on-ones. I don't have time to do coaching. So I went live on a Facebook page, this Facebook page that you'll see right here, giving network marketers free tips every single week. Well, slowly but surely over time, we built a collective social media following of over 500,000 people with no ads, no paid leads, no paid likes, okay? And the cool part is the day that I decided to turn on that coaching business, right away, we had a huge group, a huge robust group of network marketers across all different companies who came in for our coaching services, which allowed me to build yet another additional stream of income. And I know that's what we're all here today, is to figure out, how do I make money in today's modern time? So today I'm going to teach you how to do that on social media. I love this quote by Winston Churchill, which goes great with the story that I just shared. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And here's the reality, you guys. The world needs you right now. The world needs you. I was actually on a summit with Tony Robbins. He was playing a video by Warren Buffett. And he was talking about, Warren Buffett was talking about, how do you protect yourself in this changing economy? Because the reality is things are shifting. Now, what direction will they turn? We don't know, but here's the thing. The things are shifting. We see it, right? With inflation at an all-time high, with the average family needing an extra $300 to $500 a month just to live status quo, right? The life that they were living just to get by. Well, one of the tips that was given in the video was invest in a low capital business. So start a business, a low capital business, but also invest in yourself, which is what you guys are doing here today. So today we're going to talk about how to generate more leads online, no matter what you sell, no matter who you serve. And before we start, I want to talk to you a little bit about what is not working on social media. What is not working? These are the things that are not serving your social media community. You need to know before I tell you what to do as well. Number one, you don't have a plan. You're just kind of like sporadically posting here and there, whatever you feel like it, whenever you feel like it makes sense. Number two, you're selling. I want you to think about all those people that you just worked very hard to get to follow you, and all of a sudden they start unfollowing you. Or even worse, social media starts suppressing your posts. It's not being seen in the algorithm. Why? Because it views them as a sales post. Long caption, nobody has time to read a novel. Not asking questions to get engagement, right? So you're having a one-sided conversation with yourself, and single image posts. And I'm gonna talk to you about that in a minute, but single image posts, what do I mean? You just post one photo and people keep scrolling, okay? I'm gonna give you the solution to this. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you high and dry. So what is working today in social media? Write these things down. Number one is picking your niche. Know your niche. I always talk about in my coaching group, who is your who? Who's your ideal client? Who are they? You can go to your insights on Instagram and figure out, who's following me. You can think about who's the person that I'm seeing if you're in network marketing at your convention. Who's your average customer, right? Who's your avatar? And when you know who that person is, you start speaking to them and you post daily. I always say a post a day keeps leads coming your way. But it's not all about your product and your business. It's focusing on serving versus selling, thinking about how can I add value to that person's life that day, okay? How can I add value to their life that day? So if you sell nutritional products, you're not talking about that product every day, but maybe you know who's your who. It is typically a mom who has kiddos at this age. She's at this age. She's at this stage in her life. These are the things she's interested in. So maybe that day you're posting some healthy lunch hacks in under 5 minutes. Okay? So think about ways that you can serve versus sell. How do you serve that ideal client? Next, clever captions with a strong call to action. How to get people to talk to you? You encourage engagement. I'm going to give you tips on how to do that on an upcoming slide. Hashtags. Now I know you guys have heard, hashtags are not all the thing anymore, but guess what? I had one hashtag that allowed me to build my business in an international market and expand to Japan just by using my company name and the word Japan in a hashtag because somebody was searching specifically for that thing. So are they still relevant? Yes, you should still use them, but they're a way and not the only way. Another way that you can use hashtags is following them as well. So again, if you're in weight loss, if you're in nutrition, following some of those hashtags to find your ideal client, your ideal customer, right? Following them, engaging in their content, starting conversations with them as well. Next, time on content is king. So remember I said, don't do those single image posts. Again, we're going to talk more about this in just a minute. So the social media giants are looking and saying, are they spending time on your content, right? You want to know how to win the algorithm, AKA be seen by more people in the newsfeed. You want them spending time on your posts. So instead of scrolling through, you know those carousel posts where you can stack the multiple image, just kind of like a collage you're scrolling through. Instead of doing one picture, stack them up. Use that space that Instagram's giving you, okay? And you use multiple images within your post that people can scroll through. And reels are the real deal too. Again, why? People are spending time on it. They're engaging with it. And short form video period. That is where it's at. Didn't you love, by the way, what Heather and Sean are teaching you? So incredibly awesome. So every platform is really prioritizing video. Okay, do you guys want to know, and I need to hear you in the chat, who wants to know the number one way to increase your followers organically without paid leads or like? If you want to know it, say me. I want to hear in the comments below. Who wants to hear this strategy? I need to hear from you guys. We need to get the energy going. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the number one way that you can grow organically. All right, here's the top 2 ways. Number 1 is picking your niche. Know your niche and then optimize your bio. Okay, we're going to show you that in just a moment. Number 2, post that perform. Post that perform in the algorithm. All right, so first step here is optimizing your bio. If you go to my bio at any time today, you will see how I've done this specifically with my coaching business. This was an example that I did for my network marketing business. Now, why is this so key that you make sure that your bio is filled out and it's optimized? Let's say that's something that I'm teaching you today. You do a reel that gets shown in the newsfeed. You do a post that gets shared with other people. The first place that people go to find out who you are and if they want to follow you is where? To your bio. To your bio, okay? So your bio, you want to make sure that you take time to fill out today. You're going to go to your bio on any one of your social sites and hit edit profile. Your bio, and you can take a picture of the screen if this is going to help you out, the little outline on the left, should tell people who you are, what you do, and how it can serve them. So you'll see here, I help blank, do blank through blank. So who do you help? What do you help them do? And through what solution? Okay? So you'll see on my screen, I help busy mamas work from home and get the best skin of their life through America's #1 skincare brand. And then you want to link them somewhere. For me, it's a sales funnel. So if you know what a sales funnel is and you have one, that's where you're linking them in your bio to capture information, but also capture their attention, right? So this takes them through a quick skin quiz, gives them a solution, gives me their contact information with follow-up of what I should recommend to them, okay? If you don't have a funnel and you're like, I don't even know what a funnel is, that's okay. Put a link to your website. That's a good place to start until you get to that next step, okay? So who do you help? What do you help them do? And what is the solution? I help busy mamas work from home and get the best skin of their lives. They're America's #1 skincare brand. Find out what's right for you here. Or take my fun, fast, free skin quiz here, right? Something to capture their curiosity, but also connect them back to me so I can follow up. So that's step 1, okay? Your bio should be a money-making machine. It is your online calling card. It is a source of unattached leads for me. I met a gal in Bora Bora. We met literally at the beaches of Bora Bora. I didn't talk about my business at all. In fact, I talked about her. She was former Mrs. Hawaii, a nutritionist, all of these things. She goes, the whole time I was so annoyed. You didn't even tell me what you did. So I went up to my room. I connected with you on social. I'm scrolling through. I go to the link in your bio and I'm like, man, I want to do this too. And guess what? Mrs. Hawaii joined my team that day. I didn't talk a lick about what I did, but my bio did. So make sure yours does too. All right, next. And by the way, that's how you can actually sell without having to sell to people all the time. You just have it there, right? Give people value, they'll connect to you. Okay, step 2 is posts that perform. So if you scroll my feed, you will see 99% of my posts do this thing. First of all, of course, a post today, right? But what are you posting? Carousels or reels. So you'll see the little reel icon in the top right of some of these photos and the little carousel. I always say it looks like a sandwich, right? The little squares stacked. Those are multiple pictures that you can scroll through. Why? Instead of swiping through one photo in the news feed, which Instagram says, nobody's spending any time there, they're scrolling through 10 pictures, taking 10 seconds on this content, watching 10 seconds of short form video. Man, people are loving it. We're going to show it to more people. That's your social media dream come true. Next, hashtags. Again, they're not the only way, but they are a way to attach people to your content. And clever captions with a strong call to action to get engagement. So let's see, what does that look like? You might want to take a picture of the screen. You definitely want to take some notes. Keep this by your computer, wherever you're doing your social media posting every day. And I want you to make sure that you are checking down this list. How do you get more engagement on your posts? And by the way, why do you care? Because the more people who engage, the more that Instagram, Facebook starts sharing it with more people in your audience. Would you rather it be seen by 10% of your audience or 20% or more? Reels, would you rather it be seen by new eyes as well? So these are some things you want to consider. If you're going to work so hard creating a post, you want to make sure that it gets seen by as many people as possible. All right, number 1, consider when you post. Now, notice I say consider. I don't believe in being a slave to social media. I believe social media is something that you should enjoy. So when you go to your Insights tab on Instagram, you can actually see when your users are most active. So if I know people are going to be going to bed at midnight, I'm not posting my posts at midnight, but I know typically my audience is most engaged weekdays between 8 to 10 a.m. my time. So that's going to be when I try to do my morning posting, okay? Just so more people see it, which means more people, if they're seeing it, they're more likely to engage with it, then be seen by more people throughout the day. Everybody's time is different, so make sure you know when your people are most active. Next, anytime you post something, Facebook or Instagram, right underneath that little airplane icon or the share button, share it to your story. Why? Is anybody out here a story viewer like me? Okay, maybe you're the people who, at the end of a long day, shameless, you watch, those reality TV, whatever, because your brain just needs to decompress. Social media is that for me, okay? I am not scrolling the feed. I'm watching people's 10-second clips, 15-second clips. I am scrolling through stories. I polled my audience in order to teach this, and they said, you know what, Sarah? This is what I'm doing too. This is what I'm doing too. So make sure that you are always sharing your post to your stories as well, okay? Because some people are only going through their stories. Okay, next. End every caption, every single one of your captions with a question. And every caption with a question, okay? So what do I mean by that? Anytime you're posting a caption for your social media posts, always end with a question. Why? So you don't get a dead end response, meaning crickets, nothing. So if I'm gonna post a picture of my fancy water bottle, how I'm getting in my water intake, I'm not just gonna post the picture of me holding the water, right? I might say, what is your favorite tip to get in your water for the day? And then people start commenting things like, flavored water, and I can respond back and say, well, what's your favorite kind? And you start getting conversations. So that's the next one. Reply to answers with more questions. You guys will see when I do my live videos, I'll say things like, hey, shout out who you are and where you're tuning in from. And people are shouting, they're saying, Mississippi, Missouri, Michigan. And as soon as I get off that live video, I'm going into the comments and I'm saying, hey, what's the weather like in Mississippi? What's it like in, Missouri, whatever the case may be, right? And I start asking them questions back. Why? There's a method to the madness. There's a purpose for all of that. The reason why is it creates engagement within the comment section. So then again, Instagram starts picking up, Facebook starts picking up. Man, people are liking this content. I'm going to start showing it to even more people. So always respond to their answers with follow-up questions. Encourage conversation, not one-sided, right? Conversation means everybody's talking. All right, next. Whenever you do a call to action, make sure it's simple and it's clear. So what do you want them to do next? Save this if you love it. Share it with a friend, or I'll say share it with the rock stars on your team pages. Type in a heart emoji if you agree. Give them one simple word that they know how to spell, or even better, one emoji. Because remember this, all comments count. Again, why do we care about comments? Why do we care about engagement? Because that shows in the algorithm, people find this post valuable, therefore, I'm going to show it to more people. And now my number one tip for engagement, be sure there's value in what you post. Sometimes when I teach this to my students inside of the Network Marketing Inner Circle, they're like, man, I did all these things that you said. I did my bio. It was a carousel post. I did the caption. I asked a question at the end, but Sarah, nobody is engaging in my posts. And I'm like, so then we need to go back to square one. What are you posting? Do they find value in what you post? That's the critical thing in knowing who's your who. And then you need to think about, how can I serve them today? Here's the question I always ask. Write this down. This is $1 million tip for you. If you know who your who is, this is the question you ask before you post. How do I make their life easier or better today? Write that down. How do I make their life easier or better today? Keeping that in mind, very quick, some power posts, ideas of what you can post to share your business without constantly being selling. So how do you highlight your business or your brand? Share success stories. Do a little behind the scenes. If you have a physical product, instead of posting stock photos all the time, which nobody's going to stop their scroll for, selfies of you with them, results photos, places you've been in the press, any way that you can tell a story, right? Success in social media is about storytelling, not selling. Testimonials, you guys. Testimonials. So how do you get them? Text people out, right? And say, how are you loving your product? And with their permission, screenshot and share. Even better if you can put a nice side-by-side of before and after picture, a little product selfie, or even just their selfie, their photo. Doing giveaways. This gets people out of the woodwork. Sometimes I have people who are afraid to say that they're interested, but all of a sudden I do a giveaway and I'm like, where have you been? All of my 15 years of posting my business. People love free stuff, but now I know who's interested and engaged. And yes, you can have winners, but you can also follow up with every single lead and say, how can I serve you? For me, I could say, if you could change one thing about your skin, what would it be? And give them a solution. And always, always, always keep the selling for stories. So I always keep the newsfeed full of value, and the stories, that can be where you have an offer and you do the shoppable links or the stickers. I coach how to do polls. Does anybody in here do polls? Like, hey, if you could change the one thing about your skin, what would it be? And giving them options, and you can hit the swipe up and see who answered. Now you actually have leads, right? You can do another poll, right? Hey, drop in the comment box your address and I'll send you a sample. Okay, and then you follow up on those samples. Subtle selling. Anybody follow Uncommon James, Kristen Cavallari? Was I the only person born in the Hills days? Okay, so great show. But she sells jewelry. She's not constantly like, buy this for $19.99. No, she's getting ready for her day in the mirror, putting on her jewelry, typically talking about kids, whatever, and you see what it is she sells. I know another network marketing company. They sell weight loss, and they're taking the product as they're talking to you about their day. Oftentimes not talking about the product at all, subtly selling. So make sure that you keep the selling or even sales posts for stories as well. Okay, so Reels, live video. You want to grow. You want to grow. Now, what I've been talking to you about is more about how does my content get seen by the people who are following me. You want to grow? Reels, live video. Okay. So think about it this way. What type of content should you be sharing? Tutorials, demos, tips, and you can be creative with it, right? So for me, if I sell skincare, I can do, my 5-minute makeup routine. And oh, by the way, the best cosmetic is great looking skin. Come to me for America's #1 skincare brand, right? There's ways that you can kind of slide that in. But I could do my Sunday morning skincare routine, right? I can do some tutorials. I can do some demos. I can do some tips. I do lots of reels. If you want to follow me for reels ideas, by the way, what I love about reels, it pays to trend. So steal away, save the audio, recreate yours. I'll do some fun lifestyle reels. I serve a lot of busy mamas. And so I'll do some, mom life reels, because in network marketing, I sell two things, a product and a lifestyle too, right? I sell an opportunity. But I'll also do some fun ones, some spins on the skincare without selling my skincare. So there was a fun one that says, so they're telling us to wear a face mask, and you'll see it in my feed. And I'm putting on one of our face masks, holding it up without saying, buy my product, but making it fun and funny too. So get creative with it and have a lot of fun, because remember, the #1 way to grow on Instagram specifically, right now, they're starting to show it on Facebook too, are through reels. So you can either put it in the that's too hard box, or to say, in order to remain relevant, a relevant marketer to make money in today's time, I'm going to become a student of this and grow. Write this down. Carousels to show, reels to grow. So you want your content to be seen by your followers, carousels, right? Multiple images or scrolling through, or reels. But if you want to grow your account with more followers, more eyes on your content, more potential customers, you're going to do reels. And again, some of you might be thinking, followers, is that a vanity metric? No, it's not. Because for me, I use social media for one purpose, and it's building a business. So more followers for me equals more potential customers. So let's do a quick review, and I'm going to leave you with $1 million tip and a little bit of inspiration for today. All right, so little review for you guys. First and foremost, a post a day keeps leads coming your way. You need to be posting on purpose every single day. And remember, keep sales or subtle selling in stories. Number 2, I hope everybody's going to run. Maybe look at mine as an example. Look at some other people that are here following. I guarantee their bio is up to date. Update your bio today, baby. All right, next, optimize your posts. Remember, post on purpose, give great value. The carousel post to show, reels to grow and get new followers, aka potential customers. And don't forget all of my tips for engagement. Here's $1 million tip for you guys today. Every post comes with a price, okay? We're living in crazy times, and there's so many things to talk about. So I want you to think about, what is your purpose for your social media platform? What are you called to? As my pastor would say, pick your fight. Like, there are some things that I'm like, I'm not called to fight with somebody on social media about that all day, and I have yet to win over, I have yet to win a fight on social media, right? I'm here to win over friends. So I want you to think about every single time you post, with the hide, with the snooze, with the unfriend, with the delete, the unfollow, mute stories, etc. Yes, you can do all those things, by the way, without losing a friend. But every single time that happens, every single time you post, are we gaining or losing potential customers that day? Again, on the slide, it used to say potential followers. And again, vanity metric. Well, I don't care. I have an opinion. I'm going to post it. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of people unfollow me, and that's fine. But when I look at it and when I'm measuring what that does to my business, look, I don't have to worry about the algorithm. You know why I don't have to worry about the algorithm? Because for years, I've been a positive place that people have come to. They come to my profile on purpose for the value they are going to get that day. So you want to crush the algorithm? Boom, there you go. Be a giver of great value. Be a positive place of inspiration where people can land. And then remember, if you're doing all those things and you're still not finding your numbers are at where you want to be, you got to give yourself grace to grow. But here's the thing, you're growing. I love this by my buddy, Brody Pearson. He said, I want you to put reels or story views into perspective here. If you had 25 views that day, you filled up a classroom. When was the last time you had 25 people in your living room hearing about your product or your service? If you had 150 to 300, some of us were discouraged at that. You filled up a movie theater, powerful 300 potential customers hearing you talk about your product that day. If you have 500 plus, You filled up an auditorium. So that is why, you guys, it is so important that we never stop creating. Remember, people are watching. One turns into hundreds, and hundreds turn into thousands. So what are you waiting for, you guys? Let's get social. With that, Dr. Shannon, I'm going to pass it back over to you.
So powerful, Sarah. Thank you so much. And if you haven't followed Sarah, if they're jumping over and following you, because honestly, like I'll see, okay, what's Sarah trending on right now? I'll just go do that instead of having to overthink it. And I love how simple you break down. Like, this is how you get to use social to serve people well. Like, what a thought. What a thought that we get to actually use our business to serve people. All the thanks are coming in right now. So I love what Selena said. She's like, now that's a huge perspective shift that works, right? Filled up a classroom. I mean, let's get done with these ideas that the guru generation created, which is you have to have a bazillion followers and a bazillion people saying you're amazing to make an impact in the world. Sarah knows this isn't true. I know this isn't true. Our next guest speaker knows this isn't true. And it really is I love the line that's running through it, from Christina to Heather to Sean. It's this idea. And then it's this idea of like, yeah, actually, okay, you have to be connected to your people. You have to be connected to your people. You have to care about them and like, I love how you're in the DMs. I think, and I am calling it kind of the guru generation has like made it where we don't talk to people. And in reality, what you broke down is a way that you can enter into their world so simply, so easily, and create relationships, which creates raving fans. So Sarah, thank you for being here.
Oh, bye, everybody.
Bye, Sarah. Thank you so much for listening today. Hey, down in the show notes, the doors are open to the Think Neuro Coach certification. This is a coaching certification for those who really want to know the right way to coach and get the fast pass, just like at Disney, on cracking the Coach six-figure code, so they know the exact how-tos in order to go from 0 to 5K months to 6 figures and then on to 7. There are steps you got to take. It's all in the certification. Down below are the links, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.